Are you at work now? Are you feeling a little bit stressed because life's terrible and never-ending uphill battle? Don't you just wish you could just disappear on a gorgeous beach somewhere? Look no further because American Eye has you covered. Here are unbelievable beaches to get away. Number 13. Murray Beach, New Zealand. This beach is so large and visible that we initially wouldn't call it hidden. Murray Beach is just a 1-hour drive from the large city of Auckland and is known for being covered in miles and miles of gorgeous black sand, amongst other things. Surfing is huge here, but not nearly as huge as the popular gannets that inhabit the beach from August to March. A gannet is a medium-sized seabird that is similar to an American pelican. During the gannet season, tourists bring their families to come and spot over 1,200 pairs of gannets nesting on the majestic cliffs of the beach. Number 12. Nava Gio Beach, Greece. Run, don't walk to this insane hidden beach in Greece. And don't forget about the Kalamata olives, gyros, and feta cheese, because there's little to no chance that you'll find any restaurants here. The Nava Gio Beach, also known as the Shipwreck Beach, lies in an enchanting pool of the Ionian seawater, and it's been named by some as the most beautiful beach in the world. The wrecked ship that famously lies on its shore was a ship suspected of selling contraband cigarettes. It was trying to swiftly escape the Greek Navy when it crashed into a rock during bad weather in 1980. It gives a touch of character, wouldn't you agree? It looks kind of like a sugary beach from above, but the beach is actually covered in pebbles. It's the most famous beach in Greece, and unfortunately, it can only be accessed by boat. If you're looking for some alone time, this isn't the beach for you. The only way to shuttle in is to ride on a boat full of tourists in order to make it to the cove. If you like to meet new people, then this may be your paradise. Number 11. Benazil Cave. Breathtaking is really the only word that can describe this beach. It's special in that it can only be accessed by water, so tourists must resort to finding fishing boats or actually swimming over there. However, swimming is not really recommended even in the slightest way. The tide there is extremely strong and it can catapult swimmers into dangerous rocks. A typical boat cave tour lasts about an hour, but you can also take one with a swimming option. Number 10. Pink Beach in Bonaire. This is an actual beach that appears to be lined with gorgeous light pink H2O. So what gives it this weird color? Why is the water pale pink? It's not from food coloring, it's because the water there is filled with tiny crushed shells of millions of microscopic sea dwellers known as foraminifera. For a quick science lesson, foraminifera are single-celled organisms, otherwise known as protists. They have shells and have been found in fossils for the past 500 million years. This pink beach is located in Bonaire, right off the coast of Venezuela. Together with Aruba and Curacao, Bonaire makes up the ABC collection of islands that lie in the deep Caribbean Sea. The pink beach was supposedly washed away in 1999, but a small portion still thrives. It's not a very popular tourist spot. If you're in the mood for a little isolation and a little adventure, this is the beach for you. Number 9. Glass Beach, California. Who knew pollution could be so beautiful, right? This strange beach is found near Fort Bragg, California, and it has an unreal look due to the shards of glass that made its way into the ocean. You most likely won't gash open your foot, however. The shards are smooth from spending so much time in the ocean. This was created from dumping garbage into an area near the coastline. Many different things such as cars, batteries, and of course glass bottles were dumped just north of here between 1906 and 1967. This is a hot spot for tourists who actually find a way to get here. Number 8. Lord Howe Island. The Lord Howe Island is a tiny island in the Tasman Sea east of Port Macquarie, Australia. While most of the inhabitants there live in the north, there is a vast amount of beauty when traveling to the southern parts of this island. The most notable part being Mount Gower, a gorgeous mountain that extends 2,871 feet in the air. The area is so pristine and untouched that it's part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site organization. It was protected all the way back in 1981 with the Lord Howe Island Act. Come visit, it's less than a 2-hour flight from Sydney and ripe with tourist activities to choose from, even though it's pretty hidden away. Number 7. Dried Tortugas. If you're more into American history than tropical waters and fruity rum-based drinks, then maybe you should check out the Dried Tortugas National Park in Florida, United States. Due to the geography of the area, some islands miraculously grow and appear dry spots and completely disappear to natural disasters like hurricanes, which are quite common in the Gulf of Mexico. The Dry Tortuga Islands were first discovered by famous Spanish explorer Juan Ponce de Leon all the way back in 1513. Does he sound familiar? He might be. The conquistador was born into Spanish nobility and accompanied Christopher Columbus to explore the New World in the late 15th century. The island is only accessible by a boat or by waterplane, which makes it all the more alluring. It's one of America's least visited national parks, with only about 60,000 guests a year. But if you're in Key West, Florida, you should really invest in a visit. Number 6. Beehive Trail. Going on a rocky hike can certainly be a challenging workout, and what better way to cool down but in a crystal clear ocean that lurks nearby. And this hike seems to be a challenge indeed. The Beehive Mountain rises 520 feet off of sandy beach terrain in Acadia National Park. The park, located in the state of Maine, stretches across 47,000 acres of coastal recreation land. If you think you can climb a mile high, go ahead and give this one a try. The risk is definitely worth the reward. Number 5. Sand Beach, Acadia National Park. Once you get to the bottom of the mountain, you have to check out its Sand Beach. The little beach is only about 300 yards long as it's comfortably nestled into the rocky Maine terrain. Depending on high or low tide, the waterline can appear to be drastically different. Let's hope climate change hasn't taken a toll on this beautiful landmark either. Critics on the internet all highly recommend the breathtaking wonder of the beach that's filled with many tiny shell fragments created by pounding surf. The only complaint they have is that it just gets a little bit too crowded. This beach is such a marvel to look at, it's no surprise that it's popular. Number 4. Fernando de Noronha. Fernando de Noronha might just be the most amazing beach we've ever seen. But the best part is, the Fernando de Noronha is not just one solitary beach. An archipelago is a group of islands, and this one graces the coast of Brazil. And what's even cooler is that these islands are the tips of submarine volcanic formations. Can't you imagine swimming in the blue waters around these volcanoes? Unfortunately, you can't stay for too long, at least not for now. The site is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's also an incredibly well-preserved national marine park. However, there are about 5,000 inhabitants on the main island. The others are required to have a specialized authorization from the Environmental Authority. Visitors of the island have to pay a special environmental tax to extend their stay time. It's hard to imagine that this wonderland used to once be an American military base and also a prison. If this is what prison's like, go ahead and sign us up. Number 3. Islas Marietas National Park. Do you love a vast array of marine life? Then maybe you should take a trip to a tourist hotspot known as Islas Marietas. The uninhabited islands are protected by the federal government of Mexico from hunting and fishing, as they lie about 5 miles southwest of Punta de Mita Peninsula. It only takes about an hour to get to these gorgeous beaches if you leave straight off the coast of Puerto Vallarta. But don't plan on exploring the area by foot. It's strictly prohibited to step foot on this island that was once used for military testing and was formed by tons of volcanic activity. Unfortunately, the area was closed in 2016. Big boats filled with tourists were releasing way too much oil into the surrounding waters. Paired with global warming, it was a recipe for disaster, and coral reefs were starting to die. Hopefully, in the future, the area will be revived and there will be more environmentally friendly ways to shuttle tourists here. Number 2. Evo Island Mozambique. Mozambique seems to be one of those countries that sounds so familiar, but it seems impossible to know just exactly where it lies on the map. Anyways, it's definitely worth visiting if you get the chance. Mozambique is a country on the southeastern coastline of Africa. It's not surprising, but the archipelago of 32 islands is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It might be a good idea to just Google UNESCO World Heritage beaches and then make your travel list from there. It's filled with many streets and buildings with a small population of only about 300. There aren't too many beaches to camp out at on Evo Island specifically, but the colonial architecture makes up for it. The abandoned structures haunt the shores of the beach in an enchantingly beautiful way. Alright everybody, stop packing all those swimsuits, we still have one more. It's unlikely you'll be able to visit all these beaches, but even just one trip seems like it'd be the trip of a lifetime. And number 1. Koh Lanta, Thailand. It's no secret that Thailand has some of the best beaches in the world. Koh Lanta has been growing in popularity ever since backpackers started to visit it. Now there are some luxury resort options for those who don't enjoy being fully engulfed in nature. Luckily, this beach is much more accessible compared to others on this list. There are flat, well-built roads that take tourists right to the colorful haven. Come to this beach and you'll truly feel like you're in a tropical paradise. So which one did you think was the most interesting? Be sure to leave us a comment in the comment section and subscribe for new videos every day. Any suggestions on future videos? Let us know in the comments section and maybe we'll feature your video next.